Mariana Trench. Mariana Trench is the deepest point in all oceans. 7 miles of water above the bottom. The pressure down there could crush a submarine like a tin can. Only a few people have ever been there. The rest remains completely dark and unexplored. Down at the bottom, things exist that shouldn't be possible. Fish with transparent heads. You can see their brains through their skulls. Creatures with no eyes because light has never reached them. Giant single-celled organisms the size of bowling balls. Scientists don't know how they survive. In 2014, a submersible found sounds down there. Deep metallic groans, like something massive moving in the darkness. They still don't know what made those sounds. The ocean floor is covered in white sediment. Nothing should live there. But video footage shows tracks, long drag marks across the seafloor. Something is moving down there, something big enough to leave trails. The cameras never caught what made them. At those depths, the water is thick, almost syrup-like. Movement is slow and deliberate. Whatever lives down there has adapted to crushing pressure that would kill anything from the surface instantly. Strange lights appear in the darkness, bioluminescent flashes, but not from known species. The patterns are wrong. They pulse in sequences that suggest communication. In 2016, researchers picked up sounds that match no known marine life. Clicking patterns, almost like Morse code. The trench might contain intelligent life we've never documented. Lake Vostok. Lake Vostok sits under 2.5 miles of Antarctic ice. It's been sealed off for 15 million years. The lake is 160 miles long, completely untouched by sunlight or outside air since before humans existed. Russian scientists drilled down and pulled up water samples. What they found was impossible. The water contains bacteria that shouldn't exist. DNA sequences that don't match anything in any database. Some of the organisms have 95% more genes than they should. Scientists think they evolved in complete isolation, adapting to conditions we can't replicate. The water is also loaded with oxygen, way more than it should have. Something down there is producing it, but there's no sunlight for photosynthesis. Sonar scans show something moving in the lake. Large objects, bigger than whales, moving in patterns. They rise to the surface, then dive back down. The Russian team detected magnetic anomalies, massive concentrations of metal deep in the lake. Could be natural deposits, or could be something else. The scans show geometric patterns, too regular to be random. The ice above the lake is ancient. Core samples show it formed when Earth's atmosphere was completely different. Whatever is in that water has been breathing different air than us, evolving under different conditions. The bacteria they found can survive temperatures that would boil water. They can survive radiation that would kill humans instantly. Lake Vostok might contain the most alien life on Earth. Veryovkina Cave. Veryovkina Cave is the deepest cave on Earth. It drops 7,257 feet straight down, over a mile of vertical descent into complete darkness. Only a handful of people have reached the bottom. The cave is filled with things that defy explanation. The walls are covered in strange formations, crystals that glow faintly in pitch black. Scientists don't know what makes them luminescent. No known mineral does this. The deeper sections have waterfalls that fall upward, reversed by air pressure differentials. Water flows up the walls defying gravity. The sound is disorienting, like the cave is breathing. At 4,000 feet down, explorers found ecosystems that exist without sunlight. Pale white creatures with no pigmentation, spiders with legs a foot long, translucent fish in underground pools. These species have never been cataloged. They exist in a world that's been isolated for millions of years. Some of the organisms don't match known evolutionary patterns. They have features from completely different animal families. The deepest chambers contain ice formations, but the temperature is above freezing. The ice shouldn't exist there. It's not normal ice either. It doesn't melt under heat. Scientists took samples. The molecular structure is wrong. At the very bottom, there's a lake, perfectly still. Black water that doesn't reflect light. Divers who tested it reported strange sensations. Feeling watched, hearing sounds underwater that had no source. The water temperature fluctuates wildly. Warm, then freezing, then warm again. Nothing explains the changes. Tonga Trench. Tonga Trench is the second deepest ocean trench. It runs 850 miles along the Pacific seafloor. Less than 1% has been explored. The parts we've seen are terrifying. The trench sits on the Ring of Fire. Underwater volcanoes are erupting down there constantly, venting superheated water and toxic gas. The wildlife is prehistoric. Megamouth sharks patrol the depths. Sharks so rare only 100 have ever been seen. They have bioluminescent mouths that glow to attract prey. Frilled sharks with 300 teeth swim there. They look exactly like fossils from 80 million years ago. Scientists thought they were extinct. They're not. They're thriving in the trench. In 2009, researchers detected sounds from the trench. Deep vibrations at frequencies that travel hundreds of miles. The sounds repeat. Every 14 hours. Always the same pattern. No one knows the source. Could be geological, could be biological. The pattern suggests intention, like a signal. The vibrations are strong enough to shake equipment on ships above. Cameras lowered into the trench capture footage of massive shapes moving past, just silhouettes. Too big to be whales, too fast to be geological. In one video, something with dozens of limbs passes the camera. Each limb is 30 feet long. The creature is gone in seconds. No known species matches it. The trench floor is covered in vents pumping out chemicals. The water around them is toxic. But life clusters there. Tube worms 10 feet tall. Crabs with shells like armor plating. Things that feed on sulfur and thrive in boiling acidic water. Congo Basin.